following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
It's been a gloomy, rainy day in McDonough County. Is currently under a flood warning. Find out how long this warning will last coming up.
Plus, warning signs for using an at-home DNA kit. What experts say you should know before sending your DNA to an ancestry company.
And a local organization is honoring the people bringing restaurants, shops, and more to the Macomb community. How you can be involved in Macomb's development coming up.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
But we begin with severe weather coverage for McDonough County and the surrounding areas. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Terrence Black.
And I'm Devin Brooks. Heavy rainfall in the past 24 hours has caused rapid rises in area rivers. You can see the Lemoyne River as it appeared this afternoon in Macomb. The river is swollen and rising rapidly. This morning, the river was just over 16 feet. Flood stage is 20 feet. Right now, the Lemoyne River near Calmer is under a flood warning. Calmer is 16 miles southwest of Macomb.
We're going to News 3's Molly Naslin as she's tracking the precipitation in the area. Molly, how high do you expect the river to get?
Well, right now we are looking at temperatures sitting at around 35 degrees, and yes, it has been raining all day as well as all from yesterday. Now, the reason why we are seeing flooding right now is because the snow melted during the past few days on Sunday and Monday when our temperatures were so high, as well as over the weekend. But then Monday into today, we saw rain overnight and all of day today, making even campus flooding in some portions. So we have some pooling in some areas, especially low-lying areas. The humidity is remaining high and the dew point is staying right underneath our current temperature. So this is what we are seeing right now. As you can see, all of the green that is going over our area here in Western Illinois, that is the rain that we are seeing. And you can see there is plenty more behind it. That this is why we have been seeing rain for the past 2 days, is because this is one system that isn't going, from northwest to southeast. This is a system that is moving from the southwest and going to the northeast, and it's staying right over our area, which is the reason why we are seeing flooding in these areas and why Colmar, need to be keeping an eye on this water because it is expected to crest at 23.6 feet, so very close to 24 feet. And yes, flood stage is 20 feet, and the river is currently sitting at about 18 feet, so it is right underneath flood stage. We're hoping to keep watching this. We'll see how much rain we're expected to see. We're supposed to see it coming through overnight, and we'll talk about more on the forecast, see if there's a break in the rain later on in the forecast today. Guys?
All right, Molly, thank you. We aired a story last week about at-home DNA testing kit 23andMe. Now, in a follow-up, I talk with experts who raise concerns about what warning signs you should be aware of before sending your DNA.
And these are real issues. These are real issues.
Dr. Hal Marchand teaches in the Health Sciences and Social Work Department at Western Illinois University, as well as social worker Lori Smith-O'Con. Both have not tried 23andMe, but they express personal concerns about how the service is conducted.
At first, I thought it sounded like a lot of fun. Who wouldn't want to know a little bit more about their background and maybe perhaps even their genetic risk? But when I thought about it a little bit more and I listened to my colleagues, I realized that there were some concerns that were out there.
23andMe tests for 10 different diseases, but O'Con is worried. Even though they say not to take any results as a diagnosis, she still raises concerns with how a person reacts if they receive a disease risk, especially if it's not accurate.
How would that influence your life is if you learn that you were at risk for a genetic problem that had no cure.
Just last year, the FDA allowed for 23andMe to test for health conditions after the company made customers aware of the potential to cause anxiety.
You should look at it as a conversation starter that you would have with your healthcare professional.
Dr. Marchand and Professor O'Con also feel the DNA information could potentially get into the wrong hands if there are not safeguards in place to protect where it goes.
once you've signed on the dotted line and center, you no longer have control over your DNA.
What happens to the information once it's available?
23andMe includes in their privacy policy that they only share the information with their service providers and third parties, but say they cannot guarantee the security of information because the data is sent electronically. However, once the saliva sample is sent to the lab, their policy says no contact information is required or provided. Lab workers are instructed to dispose it and only use the barcode label attached with the kit.
Encourage people to do it, but I think it's going to be based on if they're really wanting that kind of self-discovery.
Information out there that they can talk to their physicians or some genetic counselors, maybe do some reading, and just learn a lot more about the service.
We apologize for the audio issues with that piece, but other concerns experts say you should be mindful of are the sensitivity of family members, understanding and using the product as instructed, and to always speak with a professional about any disease results. The Ancestry Kit is $99 and the Health with Ancestry Kit is $199.
The Macomb Area Crime Stoppers need your help to find this woman. Samantha E. McLeish. McLeish is wanted by the McDonough County Sheriff's Office on a charge of possession of a controlled substance. If you know her whereabouts, contact the Macomb Area Crime Stoppers at 309-836-3222. There is a $1,000 cash reward for information leading to McLeish's arrest.
The Macomb Area Chamber of Commerce annually recognizes people who are spurring economic development in the city. News 3's Johnny Ott has more.
The Western Illinois Museum played host to the annual Partners Reception this morning. This event is held to recognize the accomplishments businesses and key players in Macomb have made to grow the area economically. Members of the Macomb Chamber of Commerce gave out numerous awards highlighting individuals for their investments into the city in the past year. With development in Macomb on the rise, the executive director of Macomb's Area Chamber of Commerce says its residents have something to look forward to.
We have a lot of exciting things coming in 2018. Of course, we recently had our Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins open, and we have a McAllister's Deli opening around the end of March. There's a lot of movement downtown. The city has invested a lot of money in the downtown infrastructure, and businesses are taking note, and investors are taking note of that.
With more events coming to Macomb, students of WIU are being told that they too can get involved.
If they want to come and job shadow, if they would like to learn more about the development of downtown. They also can be involved by helping out with the events in the downtown area, always looking for people to come and help us put these on.
Terry says she likes to work with students and is looking forward to their input on what they would like to see come to Macomb. For News 3, I'm Johnny Ott.
With the recent stress of school shootings, law enforcement is asking people to take extra precautions. The neighborhood right outside of Pekin on Monday night, the Tazewell County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to a call with the possibility of a gun being involved. The caller said there were people yelling comments involving guns. The officer arrived at the location and learned high school students were having a Nerf gun war. The Sheriff's Office is asking people to avoid situations that could cause panic, confusion, including the Nerf gunfights.
The WIU College of Fine Arts and Communication will host a clinic on Saturday, March 3rd. You Can Count on Me is a dance clinic through the Department of Theater and Dance. The program teaches youth from grades 1st through 12th a choreographed dance. Participants will get the chance to perform that dance on stage. Pre-registration for the dance clinic must be completed by Friday, February 23rd. Well, coming up on News 3, a very popular event where you can raise money and dance coming back to WIU. Find out which event coming up next.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you!
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand!
Ah, there you go. Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
5th annual WIU Dance Marathon is underway this Saturday, February 24th at 12 noon. Members of the university and area communities are invited to participate in the Dance Marathon, which runs from noon to midnight. The event will help raise funds for Children's Miracle Network hospitals in St. Louis and SSM Health Cardinal Glennon. The 12-hour organization honors shifts of doctors and nurses, as well as children who are unable to stand. This year's goal is $150,000. Also, donations are welcome and may be emailed to Dance Marathon. Well, recent studies say that the quality of time parents spend with their children is even more important than the quantity.
News 3's Sonia Lynn Nilsson reports on a recent event that combines such quality with good fun.
Friday evening, daddy-daughter duos from across the county gathered for an evening of food, dance, and bonding time at Macomb Park District's annual Daddy-Daughter Sweetheart Ball. The event organizer says it's growing more popular each year.
Definitely grown, and every year I'm really excited for it to continue to grow. We've had a year where it was 60 dads and daughters, and now I think we're up to around over 100, so we're hoping to see that number climb.
And climb it will if this event was any indication. The evening had many things to draw people in, including a catered meal, balloons, bright lights, fun decorations, even a table for decorating cookies. But most of all, a good time to share with daughter and father. It's such a good time that for some, this event has become a yearly tradition.
It's the only chance we get. She's got 2 big brothers, so it's nice when we get a chance, just the 2 of us, to go out like this and be with some of our other friends and get the chance to dance.
Yeah. And the Daddy-Daughter Sweetheart Ball is just the first of many family-friendly events being hosted by Macomb Park District this year. Reporting for News 3, I'm Sonia Lynn Nelson.
Macomb's Park District next family event is their 3rd annual Foods for Families, where families can bond while playing life-size foosball.
The 31st annual WIU School of Music Showcase of Bands will be held Friday through Saturday in the Colfax Recital Hall beginning at 7:30 p.m. The showcase is free to Western students and to the public. The event reaches out to passionate high school musicians from Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri. They are in an opportunity, or they have an opportunity, to participate and learn from skilled wind band conductors and WRU conducting faculty. Band directors are encouraged to attend and observe the sessions. Visit the WRU COFAC Recital Hall website for more information.
Well, there has been a lot of rain falling outside.
Have to keep the rain boots and umbrellas out. NEWS3's Molly Mason will have that 5-day forecast and more after the break.
I was born in St. Charles, Missouri, and grew up with my mom and dad and my younger sister. Funniest or most terrifying? I used to get in trouble for laughing on air, and one day we had someone kind of come in and straighten me out a little bit, if that makes sense, and everybody got a pretty good kick out of that one. My favorite thing about NEWS3 is probably how close we can get in a learning environment to the real world, not only from great things like this studio to the production room and even our writing lab. It's almost like what the professionals use.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Good afternoon, Macomb. We saw temperatures today get up to 36 degrees. However, this morning we actually started off in the 50s and the temperature continued to drop as that rain stuck around in the area, and we saw the winds get up to 15 miles per hour out of the northwest, which is what was pushing that rain into our area and keeping it where it was at. Again, we're seeing humidity at 96% and the dew point at 35 was the highest point today. Now we're looking at our almanac. This is actually right around average for what we're seeing. We're a little bit below average for this time in February, so that's okay. We wish we were a little bit warmer though. Looking at the current surface map, as you can see, this is that low pressure system that is keeping that rain right where we are, and this is the band of rain that is causing the flooding in our area. And this little tiny strip of pink behind it, that is actually ice that we might be seeing later on this evening. Currently, again, we are seeing temperatures at 35 degrees here in Macomb, 39 in Beardstown, and 35 in Quincy. Tonight is when we might start seeing those problems. We're going to get down below freezing tonight, so all of the areas around that have been seeing rain all day, that could turn into ice. So if you're going to be out on the roads tonight, please take it slow and be very careful, because all of that water that is sticking out on the roads, that is going to freeze over tonight, because we are going to get well below freezing. Tomorrow, we're going to get back up to about 35 degrees here in Macomb, 35 in Keokuk, and 34 down in Quincy. Tomorrow night, we're going to dip down below freezing once again with 27 degrees here in Macomb, 30 in Springfield, and 28 in Bloomington. Tonight, again, we're going to get down to about 22 degrees with some icy rain. It's not really going to snow tonight, but we might see some sleet. So again, be careful if you're going out tonight. Those winds are going to be out of the north-northwest at 16 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, we're going to see a high of 35 degrees with a break from the rain finally, with 35 degrees for a high, and the winds are out of the north at 14 miles per hour. So we're going to see a little bit of a break from that rain. Then again on Wednesday, partly cloudy skies. Thursday, unfortunately, we are going to see some of that rain moving into the area again, with a little bit of, snow mixed in there, maybe just a little bit of sleet, with a high of 38. For the rest of the week, we're going to get back up to the 40s and 50s, and then finally we're going to see some sunshine on Sunday, guys.
Well, thank you very much for that weather update. I can't expect, I'm not happy about the ice, because one day it's walking, it's very slippery. Very, very slippery. If I fall out, I really wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, unfortunately it's going to be pretty icy tonight, but are things heating up over in sports?
Well, coming up next on Live at 4, senior night at Western Hall and a trip to Pyeongchang for Olympic women's hockey. J.D. Gravina's Leathernecks seniors suited up one more time at Western Hall in their matchup against Summit League force South Dakota State. And the United States women's hockey team competing in the Olympic semifinals. Will the red, white, and blue have the chance to go for gold? Find out next in sports.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Connor Fredlin. The WIU women's basketball team is celebrating their senior night with their final home game against South Dakota State University. The Western Illinois women's basketball team finishing up their season in the coming weeks, heading towards the Summit League tournament. The Leathernecks were at home against South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, for senior night in front of the 8th largest crowd in program history. Early on, Morgan Bloomer feeds Michelle Farrow, and the Leathernecks do what they do best, connecting from 3. Back the other way, and the Jackrabbits, Tylee Irwin rattling one home. A little later, Olivia Kaufman drives in, banks one home, going through the contact. Very difficult shot there from Kaufman. 2 seniors this time, Clemens to Brown, who drills the mid-range jumper for the Leathernecks, but they would be chasing the entire game. But that wouldn't stop Morgan Bloomer, who puts one up from deep and knocks it down on the other side of the ball. SDSU would work it around the perimeter to Madison Giebert, who drills one with one standing in front of her. One place the Leathernecks would really struggle was on the boards. Maya Selland grabbing the rebound and putting it back for 2. Giebert again dribbles to create separation and from the elbow splashes one home. Alexis Alexander getting on the action as well, dribbling with a hard stop at the free throw line for an easy jumper. Bloomer doing all she can down in the post, working for a little space and getting it up there to match it. Clemens trying to keep the Necks in it, passing it down inside to Bloomer again, but Giebert and the Jackrabbits would ultimately just be too much to handle. A late 3 cementing the huge advantage. Clemens and company obviously looking disappointed in the outcome, but they will have a chance to turn things around in the upcoming Summit League tournament. Clemens, Bloomer, and the rest of the Leathernecks unable to get the 3-ball going for a majority of the game. They lose big at home on senior night, 70-42. The women are back in action Thursday night on the road in Fargo, North Dakota. Following that, the women end their regular season in Denver on Saturday. The rain out earlier today is bringing thoughts of spring to Macomb, and for sports fans, thoughts of America's pastime. The WIU baseball team already 3 games into their spring schedule with a further matchup at the weekend. The Leathernecks dropped all 3 games by a score of 2-0, 11-7, and 9-3. Steve McShane, despite the losses, had a big weekend, hitting .455 with an RBI. Other players with big weekends included Jonathan Fleek, who batted .400 with an RBI as well. After an 0-3 start, the Leathernecks will look to get in the win column when they face Murray State on the 23rd, starting a 3-game set. News in the pool as Western Illinois freshman swimmer Erica Hagan has cemented herself in Western Illinois swimming history. On Saturday, Hagan competed in the 100 individual medley, finishing with a time of 57.84, which was good enough for third. The third place finish is the first time that a Western Illinois women's swimmer has placed in the top 3 in the league championships since 2010. We have reached the final week of the 2018 Olympics, and women's hockey has reached its medal round, and the United States are in the thick of things. Let's go to the ice. Less than 3 minutes into the first period, Megan Duggan finds Gigi Marvin, who wastes little time putting it top shelf and giving the U.S. a 1-0 lead. Still in the first, a bad pass is intercepted by Danny Cameronesi, who instantly puts it in the top corner, doubling the United States lead. The United States did not show any mercy. In the second, with a 2-woman advantage, Jocelyn Lamoureux gets the one, making it 3-0. And finally, less than a minute later, Hillary Knight extends the lead to 4-0. The United States win 5-0 and are going on to the medal round. They will face Team Canada tomorrow night in the gold medal match. Now looking at the medal count with less than a week to go, Norway with 29 total, 11 which are gold. They lead the pack. The Norwegians are slowly edging closer to the single Olympics medal mark, which was set by the United States in Vancouver 8 years ago with 37. Next up, we have Germany, who sits with 23 total medals, 11 of which are gold. Canada is in third with 19 total medals, including 8 of those are gold. The United States is currently in 6th with just 12, including 5 of which that are gold. That sports final word is next.
Taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
The sports broadcasting announcers have a new look. New purple blazers with the WIU logo and the word sports broadcasting are on the left side of the jackets. Chair
of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism Department, William Buzz Hoon, had the idea when he went to recruit students. He went to Brother Rice High School and their students were wearing orange blazers with the school logo on them, and that's when he thought it would be a good idea for WIU students to do the same as them.
Yeah, they're really nice. All right, and Molly, we have to watch out on the roads tonight.
We are definitely going to need to keep an eye on those roads tonight as we are going to get down below freezing. However, we do have a break from the rain tomorrow. We're going to get up to 35 degrees, but it's going to sneak back into the forecast on Thursday. We might see a rain and icy mix. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to see 40s, 50s, and finally a break from those clouds with some sunny skies on Sunday. So we're not quite out of the blue yet when it comes to the rain. However, we're going to see some nicer temperatures as the week continues.
All right, thanks, Molly. And that's all for us today.
But we're online all the time. You can stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, news3wiu. You can also follow us on YouTube or search us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
And
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.